Hello and welcome to another Beehiiv 101, where we're going to introduce one of our newest features, polls and surveys, to the world. We're very excited about this update. It's one of our most demanded and frankly most exciting for growth and the impact that it can have on your newsletter. With this update, you're going to be able to create a poll within either an email newsletter or a web post on your Beehiiv publication, and then be able to go back and analyze the results of those polls. And in the future, we'll have additional features that we'll be rolling out, such as exporting the results of the polls to things like social media and images and whatnot to help you share those results, inserting them into future newsletters and such. Before we get started, just a note that this is a feature that's on our grow and scale plans. If you're on the launch plan, this will be something that you have to upgrade in order to access, but we do think that it is certainly well worth the investment with the impact that you can have in building your subscriber base. So without further ado, let's jump into it. First up, you're going to end up on your dashboard. We're going to jump into this test publication I have set up. Polls are going to live under the audience tab. You're going to create a poll by going into that audience tab and selecting new poll. You're going to name it something. I'm going to open up this one that I've already created called satisfaction poll. And so you're just going to type in kind of what you want the question and messaging to be, and then you're going to add answers by selecting enter to add an additional choice. You could have 3, 5, you can have as many as you want. And then once the user is done filling this out, you can you add a redirect URL. By default, we're going to send them to a page to collect additional qualitative feedback. But if you do want to send them to a specific landing page afterwards, you can certainly do that. Once this poll is published in a newsletter, it's going to be locked because you don't want to be changing the choices kind of midstream. So I won't be able to save this, but you can kind of see what it looks like. But in the normal situation, before you launch, you'd be able to click save. So from here, we're going to jump into our posts. I have a post that already has the survey deployed, so I'm just going to go to edit so I can show you guys what it looks like. Within your editor, you're going to scroll down to wherever you want to place the survey. You're going to click the add tab, and then you're going to go to this icon for poll and then click submit. Once you have that widget implemented, you're going to select the poll that you want to insert into your newsletter, and now you have it ready to go. So this is now inserted into the newsletter, ready to go. If we click the preview button, you'll be able to see it showing up down here. You won't be able to edit the actual responses or anything within this interface because the polls, as we just went over, are edited under that polls tab. But this is ready to go. On the web version, you'll see that it also shows up here as well. So once you start delivering your emails, and once you publish, you'll have this icon here, the selection from the publication level to see the results of your polls. So each poll is specific to a individual post, so you'll be able to see the results right here. As you can see, I've already tested it and gave myself a 5-star. If we click over to this live version, what I'll show you is if I selected 4, for example, it's going to jump me over to this screen. My response has been recorded. I already put in this answer, so I can't change it even though I hit the 4. Because I already submitted an answer of 5, it won't let me change it. It recognizes that I'm the same user, but I can add additional feedback. This is an awesome video. So once I hit continue, it's going to redirect me back to the post. As the creator of the post, I can come back here, and now I'm going to see this qualitative feedback attached to the poll result. It works the same way within an email. You're going to have the same interface. User sees the message and then sees the poll. They're going to select an answer. It'll redirect them to that qualitative feedback, and then once they submit that, it'll redirect them to the post, the web version. It is important to note that as you're putting this together, the email version of the survey will not work if you send yourself a test email. So if you create a poll in your email and you send yourself a test email, that widget is not entirely live in the test version. It only gets created once we push it public and we actually send the email out. So if you do respond to one of those test sends that you send yourself, you're going to be redirected to the homepage of your publication. It's not broken. It's working exactly as intended. And when you push that live, it will work exactly as we've covered here. So what's next? From here on our roadmap is to include the results from these polls in our segmentation capabilities. So, for example, as we launch things like automated journeys, you could send an email to anybody who responded a 1 out of 5 or a 2 out of 5 or whatever you want. You could select an automation to send a message following up with those users who maybe aren't having a great experience. Or by the same token, you can say, I want to send an email to a user who gave me a 5 out of 5 and follow up and see what they like. The other part of these is that, when you go into these polls, I think it's important to cover that it doesn't have to just be this like qualitative, like 1 out of 5. You could do anything. What is your favorite sports league? And it could be NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL. And so right here, what we could do is, do something like this. And you could collect qualitative feedback that's going to help you inform decisions around your content creation, which can be really valuable. So this isn't just for collecting, hey, did you like this? Did you not like it? You can accept other types of feedback as well. So we'll call this sports poll. What I'll do is I'll save that. We'll go to the right section and we can insert it just like normal. So there you have it. That's what we have in terms of polls. Super powerful tool. The impacts of this are going to be, you're going to have more click-through rates, higher click-through rates on your emails. You're going to have more clicks, which are going to tell email service providers that you're a more trustworthy sender, which will improve deliverability, help you get into those primary inboxes more often. Users are going to feel a stronger connection with you as a creator, and you're going to be collecting more valuable information that you can then use to inform your content and your writing strategy. So thank you so much for your time. We're really excited and really happy to be sharing this with you. Have a great day, and we can't wait to see what you build. Thanks so much.